I would sing a song, and I said I'm very, very honored, but I think I should have just one job. It would probably seem strange if I'm marrying you and then, well, let me take a break and sing you a song. So I said, I'll just take that one. You know, you've got other friends that can sing and do stuff, and I'll just try to look more responsible and respectable as a minister for a wedding. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Yep. You would like another poem. All right. Then let me. I was looking forward to sharing information about new book releases this year. There are collection books of mine from past performance art shows. And they all run on a theme starting with a thing called Chapter 18, 28, 38, 48. And this year, 2 books of Chapter 48 were released, volumes 1 and 2. And because I was a Chicagoan, they both have pictures of Chicago on the cover. One is a shot at nighttime, which is a great shot of the city, the beautiful shot from the John Hancock building, actually. And the second one, Chapter 48, volume 2, has a shot of flying away from downtown Chicago, because it has poems from shows that are not only in Chicago, but also from where I've recently moved to in Austin, Texas. So let me find, I'm going to share one very, very short one, because these are all from different shows. This was from a show that I had done at the library that was 5 blocks from my house. And it had a bunch of different themes, but I'm just going to share one with you, and it's a very short one called Witnessing Hitler's Reign. I've watched the hopeless struggle for so many years, knowing their fate was ultimately sealed just by knowing him. I cry, but no tears come out. And that is all. As I said, just a short one for you from one of my many shows that are in that book, Chapter 48, Volume 1. I was invincible. I would get things done faster than they would, and they would come to me for answers, and I would have them. I don't know. It's just it's come second nature to me right now, just to be able to do all of these things. Right now I'm not singing with a band, so I'm having more time for dealing with books, or the only performance art regular shows I have are readings once a month at a bookstore here in Austin at Half Price Books, and the next one is this next Wednesday on March 6th. I'll be at Half Price Books, where people have a series of 10-minute poetry readings. Usually, for me, they are readings from brand new books of mine. I have done a lot of reading for the last month, so I might be reading not only things from Scars Publications books, but also poems that are new of mine, because I made a New Year's resolution this year for 2019 that I was going to write a poem every day of the year. That's... sometimes I Oh, that's a cool idea. Yeah, my husband is really impressed that I have kept it up for one every day so far this year. Sometimes, lucky me, I would get submissions for a magazine, and I would get a piece of prose, oftentimes for Down in the Dirt. Flash fiction is what's accepted, up to 1,600 words. So something might leave just a little bit of room on the last page. Not going to be enough to have a piece of artwork on, and I'm not going to cram somebody else's poem, so I might come up with a haiku related to that story and put that in. So sometimes when it comes to that day, I'm like, hey, that's going to be my poem of the day, because I have to do a haiku as an assignment for the magazine. But and the thing is, when I get writings from people for Down in the Dirt, if somebody sends me a haiku, I accept it, and they get an entire page with a lot of white space around it. I give the props to the writers that have sent me stuff that I find is worthy of having enough space in a magazine. So sometimes I do that, and sometimes a holiday will come. Yesterday was Texas Independence Day, and I happened to be at a gun range, so I said this seems like a perfect place to write a poem, even though I'm not a Texas native, about the drive and the desire for independence and sovereignty from other people, especially when they were fighting with Mexico. So I thought, I'll do that, or, something else. The Reichstag fire, there was an anniversary of that, so I wrote a long World War II piece, because I happen to know a lot of stuff about World War II and Hitler's, so sometimes they get long and drawn out. My parents' wedding anniversary was February 18th, so I wrote something about their love when they were young, as I grew up and saw it, and even until both of them passed away. So it would depend, because sometimes I'd look for a calendar or a holiday, or if I have a reason to write something. Sometimes it's just trying to get something to, hey, I've got to fit something into a magazine because I accepted it that day, kind of thing. So it's been working so far. And some of the things I'm doing especially because are about holidays. Someone gave me a book that suggested to me having a book release of poems for every holiday or every event of the year. So I've been looking over things I've had over the years. I wrote a poem about the death of John Lennon, so that can go on December 8th. And looking for things to fill out for many holidays throughout the year. So I'm writing things now that are going to potentially later appear in an every event of the year book of mine as well, whenever that gets completed. It won't be this year, obviously. So yeah. So coming in different book projects, yeah.